Did you know that retail sales of food and beverages actually predict market trends better than most economic indicators? It's actually true. This is not just a theory. We've analyzed nearly 25 years of data, and the results are astounding. Today, we're going to gain an in depth understanding of how the advanced retail sales of food and beverages correlate with shifts in the economy. How closely is consumer behavior actually tied to stock market trends? And most importantly, what do food and beverage sales now predict? Because something in the data has just changed. In yellow, we see the advanced retail sales measured in millions of dollars alongside the S&P 500, going back to the year 2000. While the stock market can be a bit more volatile at times, the relationship between the two is uncanny. Over the long term, there's actually a 94% correlation between these two indices. Let's go back in time to the recovery following the burst of the dot-com bubble. Stocks bounced back from the depths of the 2001 crash, while advanced retail sales of food and beverages rebounded in like kind. One benefit found in this particular data set is early reversal signals. In this case, we can see food and beverage retail sales began to surge well before stocks mounted a comeback. A similar chart pattern emerged after the 2008 financial crisis. The advanced retail sales of food and beverage stores includes groceries and convenience stores, specialty food and beverage stores, and related businesses such as bakeries and even snack shops. There's probably not a better example of an economic sector more directly tied to the typical consumer and their day-to-day activities. In just a moment, we're going to see exactly why this particular economic indicator is so unique and deserves to be on the top of the list. Fast forward to present date. The S&P 500 shown here in white charges to new highs almost on a daily basis. Zooming in, we can see the advanced retail sales of food and beverages on a year-over-year basis has established a solid base and now appears to be ticking to the upside. Even more interesting, the current month's reading also represents the strongest in several months, going all the way back to August of last year. It is logical that the food and beverage retail sales would track relatively closely with the food component of the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. But what comes as a surprise is the retail sales are now beginning to outperform its inflationary counterpart. In other words, while overall prices decline, sales appear to be surging. But there's even a greater significance of this economic report. We recently put together a study of a great deal of economic reports so we can find out which are the most helpful in spotting market trends. The advanced retail sales of food and beverage stores scored sixth place on our list. This covers the economic surveys most closely correlated with the S&P 500. We recently published a long-form analysis in our Substack newsletter analyzing 80 of the most commonly studied fundamental indicators with the goal of finding the closest correlation to stocks. Our initial discussion covered the top 5, but after taking another look at the data, we felt it's really important to also include these results. And what does this data tell us? Given the recent strength and improvement in food and beverage retail sales, this creates an optimistic picture for stocks and overall economic conditions. If you'd like to learn more about our extensive study into this topic, we'll include a link at the end of this video. Here we tested and determined the 5 absolute best economic barometers when correlations are used to find the next bull or bear market. Again, we analyze over 80 economic reports, harvesting over 4 years of data, including 3,800 data points to ensure our conclusions are really spot on. Just simply visit us at substack.com, enter our information as follows, and you'll see predicting the next recession, learning from the past, as well as all of our other publications available absolutely free. We thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you back soon.